damn it, it's a beta movie at DC.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
I want this shit. Continue.
hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome to our The Batman video. Holy shit, I had the shittiest day today.
I want this shit to go live again so I can rewatch this 40 more fucking times and break this shit down John Madden style, frame by frame.
This sneak peek, trailer, teaser, whatever the fuck you call it, was the best fucking thing I have seen.
Oh, dude, no, dude, straight down. This was the best they showed all day today.
Oh, hands down.
Hands down. Hands down. The only one that I could justify as somewhat better would be Suicide Squad's. It's not on the level of Batman. Batman was
No,
just we are the Joker. Move.
I fucking love it. This is a movie that is going to be the caliber movie that the Joker was. Hands down. It could be better than the Joker.
I
It
don't think it's going to be better than the
it
Joker. I see it
could.
at least. I don't see it, but it could be. I don't see it, but I damn sure do agree that I see it on this being that level, which I'm happy for because if this is the direction DC is going to go in, to whether it's either full comic book campy or dramatic serious, dude, I'm fucking in. I'm in. I don't need to go see I'll go see Marvel every now and then, or just to try figure out so that when I do show up for the event film, I'm not okay. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
DC,
you know?
this is how you win. This is how you win. This just the scene of Batman beating the fuck out of this guy. And the other people are
It's brutal.
just watching like, "Oh fuck."
Oh, so and here, okay, so here's the difference between Reeves' style of fighting with Batman and Snyder's style of fighting with Batman, because they're both brutal fighters.
Mhm.
Like they're both brutal fighters. One being that this is a newbie style Batman. He's only second year. This is an old grizzled veteran Batman.
Mhm.
The difference between these two is compared to with Snyder and Reeves, I can actually tell what the fuck is going on.
Mhm.
Like you can feel and hear every fucking punch.
This is how I fucking describe it. Snyder's Batman, especially that warehouse scene, was like an Arkham game. It was Batman jumping from person to person so quickly, trying to defeat all the thugs. That was kind of the
Yeah.
style that the Ben Affleck's Batman was doing. This Batman is like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to whoop your
No, no, no.
ass.
Oh, you know what this felt like? You hit the nail on the head. Snyder's felt like the Arkham game. This felt like Batman from Injustice.
Yeah,
Of just 1v1ing somebody, just and
it was
like did
amazing.
you notice when he started getting into the combo of like he knocked the one dude away and it was just him, the music stopped so you could hear every punch that was going.
Loved it.
I'm like, god damn,
The movie looked good.
it looks great.
The Batmobile, even fucking Patterson's fucking Batman voice. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I'm
I need to hear more.
like I said, this is a trailer. So this is a trailer. Like I said, I want to go back and replay because it hits you with very important stuff, and it's kind of like this is like a quick cut.
It's
I want to go
gritty.
back and pause it just to fully look at the suit, like examine it from top to bottom, hear the audio for the voice. I want to see what we're assuming is maybe not the Riddler's final costume,
Hmm.
but like maybe one of the one he uses like early on in the movie. Because if you notice, you didn't see Cobblepot at all.
Mm-mm.
It for the most part, it seems like it's purely the Riddler
There was a little bit
with
of Selena.
Selena, which I have a funny feeling like the A plot is going to be the Riddler and like the actual detective story, while the plot is more the personal Batman story,
Hmm.
and that's where he kind of has to juggle Penguin and Selena.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. This trailer just I I was sort of on the fence with the Batman.
I was on the fence. I think that they put steps in the right direction of showing the car actually being a muscle car, which makes sense.
Yeah,
You're not going to throw, especially how Batman tricks out his vehicle. You can't have some sports car or like a luxury car. No, it's got to be some sort of muscle car.
yeah.
You know,
I was on the fence with the Batman, especially because it's not, it's just in its own universe, making another universe for the DC, and I honestly didn't know how Patterson was gonna be as Batman. I know
I was on the fence
his acting has improved so much over the last
tremendously,
few years.
tremendous. In the last 5 years, he's become one of the actors to look out for.
Yeah. So I knew he was going to be decent. And but what this teaser or whatever showed was this was sort of the right call based off of what we've seen so far.
Yeah, this was sort of the right call. And it makes sense to set this as kind of a sort of year one, but it's not really year one, it's year two, but it's basically year one file of
I sort of
Batman.
like it because we don't have to go through the let's make the bat suit, let's find the bat cave. It's already established.
Or let's do the origin story for the eighth time. But it's also not the Batman we know. So you're going to get a more violent fucking Bruce. You're going to get he doesn't like, he has the moral standards of I'm not going to kill, I'm going to honor my parents, but I'm still trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
So I can see him like, I'm going to I have this funny suspicion that like that scene where he's just whipping this dude one time is like I am vengeance, and everyone was like terrified. I have a funny feeling the immediate scene after that is going to be one of the guys who's just like get him, and they all gang up on him. And because he's not used to fighting multiple dudes at
Mm-hmm.
once, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah. It's going to be really interesting. I believe all the casting choices for this movie, from what we've seen, spot on. Um, it, it,
Mm-hmm.
it this is not a comic book movie. This is a movie. Like the Joker. The Joker was a comic book movie, but it was also a good movie. And from this trailer,
Which I'm liking. I'm liking the fact that DC is going in this direction of yes, they have no problem doing the stupid, silly, campy
mm-hmm,
comic book movie, but they're also like, yeah, or we actually want to make movies.
yeah,
It was like we love comic book characters and we love these people, but we actually want to make movies.
mm-hmm,
Like getting a paycheck is nice, but let's actually tell a story.
yeah, and
And I'm like,
this is perfect.
you this is good because here's the thing. I would be totally down with seeing a Superman movie like this.
Yes.
You know,
And the head of DC Films said that Elseworld movies are in the plans. That they are open to having Elseworld movies. So
yeah. See, I'm fine with like a more realistic Superman,
here's
you
the
know,
thing.
of like,
I feel like that yeah, you can have the comic booky DC universe with Superman, all that, Batgirl, fantastic. I'll watch all those movies. But the you could also do a whole other universe with the more realistic heroes and have like two universes going on, those for the campy and those for the serious, and they could work side by side, and then you could have a coming together movie.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Do a realistic like for the more realistic stuff, have it be like characters you wouldn't think of, like Batgirl, or maybe if you do Blue Beetle, or do Static Shock,
Yeah.
have it be like a more realistic ground, like take the Nolan route of
Mm-hmm.
have it be a more what would it be in a more modern, realistic, take,
Yeah.
but have it just be more serious, dramatic films.
Overall, like I would have like, can you imagine the campy heroes and the serious heroes years down the road? They built their own universes together, and then a movie they do like a crisis movie where all the universes are together. You have the serious heroes. You have, and then it forms one universe with both. Some Superman one Superman dies, one lives, and all, it would be interesting. It'd be so different.
And I feel like DC, I think, is slowly catching. DC is kind of catching on to this, but comic book superheroes are going to have to kind of catch on to this. That especially like television, I think, has already kind of caught on to this.
Yeah,
That the whole comic book formula, it is getting very stale. Like not to the hardcore fans because they will always be there, ride or die,
yeah,
but to the general audiences, it's getting very stale. Like I remember the last when Infinity War came out,
mm-hmm.
there was like eight or when like phase four was first announced in that initial year, there was going to be eight movies from Marvel that came out in 1 year.
Yeah.
Not for a general audience member to go see.
It,
And it's kind of one of those with them, you got to see them all.
yeah, and with DC, they're like, yeah, you don't have to see them all, but like there's some
But it's like
you're not gonna want to skip.
instead of making eight comic book movies, why don't we make three movies? One of them can be a comic book movie. One of them can also actually be a really good dramatic movie.
Yeah,
Let's do that instead.
and I think it's really shown because one, Joker won so many awards, like that just hands down. Like if DC starts checking off awards for superhero movies, Marvel's gonna be like, well, fuck. Like yes, Marvel
I
has
think
won
Marvel's
awards, but not the type of awards that DC won with Joker.
Here's the thing. DC can win awards, Marvel will win money.
Yeah,
The problem is with Marvel is, and this is something that their streaming service is going to really, it's going to be very interesting. Is can they do the caliber of fine shows on a smaller platform, as to where DC could do on a bigger platform?
yeah, very much so. Um,
Because it used to be Marvel was the king of the big screen, DC was the king of the small screen,
yeah. So we would love to know what your thoughts of the Batman was in the comments below.
and
Subs-
why it wasn't you loved it.
um, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We talk about all these different movies, TV shows, and everything. I do also stream on Twitch. Link to that is in the description below. And like always, we will see you in the next one. Later.